So Alex Jones and his friend were on vacation in Hawaii, and they took some time out of the day to shit on atheists randomly and make stuff up.
Look at Hollywood, the whole media. They literally hate Christians. They admit the persecution of Christians doubled the last 10 years.
Yep.
They absolutely admit that if they can extinguish that, they believe they can then be God.
You know, atheists should have absolutely no regard for Christianity. They shouldn't even care. Think about it. Are you a Buddhist? No, you're not. I'm not a Buddhist. Do you ever think about Buddhism? Does it obsess you? Does that upset you? Do you go after it? No, you don't. You don't even think about it because you don't believe in it. A true atheist wouldn't care about Christianity. They just look at it as just another religion I don't believe in, whatever. Why is there a vitriolic hatred towards Christianity? Think about that. Because it's a spiritual war. It's a bloodlust because it's a spiritual thing that we're talking about here, people. Not necessarily the people may not even realize, but if there's a demon inside them, or if they're not with God or walking in the world and they're in the worldly evil world, they're naturally going to reject what's from God. That's why you see people rejecting Donald Trump. But however, the good news is there's millions and millions of the silent majority that understand what's going on and they're supporting Donald Trump. That's why he won. How did he win? Think about it. How did Donald Trump win?
And I love the spirit of it. They know he's not perfect. He's a wrecking ball. He never was a hypocrite. They instinctively from the beginning understood that it was a weapon against the enemy. Like you said, the way he just doesn't even care what they do to him.
They don't. In fact, in the prophecy, God said they will speak against him. They will throw all the darts. The enemy will throw the darts at him. They will do everything they can, but it will roll off his back like the water rolling off of a duck. Just like the feathers protect the duck, he's protecting the Donald Trump. You know what Donald Trump's been doing since the day he got president? He's been going after the pedophiles. They've been doing raids after raids. Of course, the media doesn't mention this. You got to look at it. Look into it. Seek ye the truth. That's an order from God. Seek ye the truth, because when you go after the truth, you end up to God. That's no matter what. You go after the truth, you end up with God. And look it up. Donald Trump's been sending raids, capturing and finding children in cages waiting to be tortured and ritually sacrificed. He's been saving people. He's been saving children, and he's been arresting pedophiles like crazy, raid after raid.
And that's the thing. It shows up in local news. We cover the news every day. It's everywhere. It's like every day, but never national news.
Never.
And then they panic more and more, and they have NAMBLA now coming out at the UN, coming out on Vice, coming out at the Huffington Post, coming out on Salon saying, oh, it's okay. So they're trying to normalize it now. It's pure evil because they're vampires. They psychically want to feed on the children. If they can't actually sacrifice them, they want to suck their essence out and ruin their innocence.
Wow, I don't know where to begin with this one. I think my favorite part of that clip is how Alex Jones keeps giving the mic to his friend, and then he walks off and, like, disappears, and then he'll randomly show up and just snatch the mic back and keep talking. That guy just can't stay away from the camera, man. It's hilarious. Okay, so, they talk about how atheists hate Christianity. Like, why do they hate Christianity? Why do they hate Christianity? If you don't care about something, like I'm not a Buddhist, I never talk about Buddhism. I never think about Buddhism. But the atheists, they hate Christianity. Well, first of all, the reason why you get atheists talking a lot about Christianity and disagreeing with Christianity in the United States is very simply because Christianity is the majority religion, and there are Republican politicians who are elected at the national level and at the state level where they try to legislate their religion. So if people are trying to legislate their religion, for example, through with reproductive policies, where they try to ban abortion, for example, or any of a number of things, 10 Commandments on the lawn of a fucking courthouse or something, like that's why atheists in the United States talk against Christianity, because not only just the fact that it is factually wrong, so we like to point that out to try to create more atheists and create more people who care about reason and evidence, but also because it's the Christian fundamentalist politicians who have a most direct effect on our lives. You know, we don't live in a Muslim majority nation. If we lived in a Muslim majority nation, we'd be talking more about Islam, because it would be Islam that's more directly affecting our lives through the laws that people are trying to implement. So that answers that question. But I like how his friend goes on to say, there's a demon inside of them, and that's why they reject Trump. See, I don't get how are these people popular when they just make shit up? Like, that's just totally made up. There's no other way to... There's no charitable interpretation of what was just said there. That's just made up. There's a demon inside them, and that's why they reject Trump. Or they reject Trump because he's a fucking idiot, and perhaps they don't have a demon inside them because demons don't exist. Because we're not toddlers. We believe in evidence and objective reality. And then he talks about how God is protecting Trump. And they keep coming back, man. They keep coming back full circle to this one conspiracy, which they love, which is they think Donald Trump is busting up pedophile rings. Here's how you know that's not true. Donald Trump tweets about fucking everything. If he's watching Fox and Friends in the morning, he tweets about it. He, on a regular basis, he tweets out the unemployment rate, like, unemployment rate down, I'm making America great again. Unbelievable. Believe me. Let me just tell you. Can't help himself. So you're telling me if this guy was busting up giant pedophile rings, he wouldn't take credit and gloat about it? Of course he would. He'd do it in an instant. But these guys act like, oh, he's doing it, and of course the media won't cover it, and Trump's not even talking about it. Shut the fuck up with your bullshit alt-right message board conspiracy garbage. You guys are so dumb. And then finally, I had to point out the ultimate irony here. They talk about how they're finding children in cages, and they're setting them free. They're arguing like, oh, he's finding in these pedophile rings, these children are in cages, and he's setting them free, and it's great. And what's so crazy is that there was just recently a story in the news about children being in cages. You know where it was? At ICE detention centers. So the Republicans and Donald Trump are actually in favor of it. And to be fair to them, it happened under Obama's administration too, where immigration officials would split parents from their kids, and then they would take their kids and put them in fucking cages at the detention facility as if like they're dogs or something. And the pictures are just fucking, oh my God, they are really disturbing pictures. So as they're acting like, oh my God, Trump is finding these kids in cages and saving them, the dark irony is his administration is actually in the middle of officially putting kids in cages as a matter of policy because they're immigrant kids. So that really sums up well just how out of touch Alex Jones and InfoWars are. And there's a dark irony that I had to shine a light on.